Hey guys. Well, they finally got me. they, they tried to get me. It's a better way of saying it. Okay, y'all. This one, it's a bit of a doozy. So stay with me, okay? So let me explain what happened. I had an OBE. This may have been about a week. No, not a week. Maybe about 4 days ago, 3 or 4 days ago. And yeah. So I come out of my body, but it was a different, I was in dream format at the time. So I'm having this dream, and we are in this, it looked like a factory type setting where we're just doing these mundane tasks. And now, mind you, I'm listening to Robert Monroe's Gateway Protocol, the Wave 3 at the time. Now, keep in mind, sometimes I'll listen to the Monroe Institute's protocol, Gateway Protocol, just to kind of reset, give myself a little bit more practice. Sometimes when I notice that I may be struggling to come out of the body, um, just by listening to just plain binaural beats, I'll switch back just to have an out of body experience. So that being said, so I'm listening to Robert Monroe's binaural beats. Yeah, Robert Monroe protocol. I wake up, I become lucid in a dream, and we're in the factory. So automatically, I'm like, okay, I'm in a dream. Boom, I can come out of this. All I have to do is just try to phase out. So I close my eyes and I think of just a way out, just out of the overlay, the dream overlay. And that's pretty easy to do because once you close your eyes and you're no longer focusing in on the dream itself, you'll end up kind of out of the body, right? Well, I end up with there's a door that just appears to my right. Okay. So I look, I'm like, wait a minute, I still kind of see this factory, but then the door appears and I'm like, okay, good. I go through the door. Go through the door. And like a pizza cafe, right? Okay. Which was pretty interesting to me. But the most interesting part of this was the guy that was serving the food, right? He was baking pizzas, right? And I asked him, I was like, can I have a slice of pizza? And he says, it'll be my pleasure to serve a person, another aware soul. I said, I was like, wait a minute, huh? Say that again? He said, it will be my pleasure to serve an aware soul. And so I just kind of think like, oh my God, he notices that I'm actually aware. This is pretty cool, right? And then he goes on to say, you give me energy. And I'm like, oh, well, all right, great. So he gives me the pizza. I gobble it, and it pretty much tastes like all other astral food. It's a hint of the flavor, but it's mostly air. So it shouldn't really have much of a, at least that's what it tastes like to me. So I leave the cafe, and all of a sudden, I see this like a storm starts to brew, and then the entire area turns like windy and rainy, and somehow I ended up with an umbrella in my hand. I guess my higher self just created one because goodness knows I was not thinking about an umbrella at the time. But I ended up with one in my hand and it was like flipped inside out. You know how like when the wind is blowing so hard that that your umbrella flips. Well, it was kind of like that. And I'm looking around like, what the hell is going on? So I make my way to this area. It looked like the the areas underneath some, you know how sometimes you have those hotels that have carports and a parking garage like underground, that kind of thing. Well, it was something, there was an area that looked like that. And I see this lady, this soul, on the side, and I'm thinking, I'm like, what is this? This is some weather here. What's going on? She says it's me, and I'm like, it's you. Like, you're the one causing the weather? She said, yes, I think I'm the one causing the weather. So she shows me this, it was a pad, like it looked similar to a heating pad. It was kind of grayish white color. And she pulls the pad off, and then all of a sudden, the weather turns beautiful. Like the sun comes out, and it is just gorgeous outside and whatnot. But the moment she puts the pad back on, it's like an electronic pad, I'm assuming, it turned back windy and rainy. And, it takes a lot of energy for weather to occur. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. I wish I could do something like this. This is what I'm thinking. But of course, a lot of times our thoughts are heard on the other side by other souls. They can just automatically, they can kind of hear it. But I'm just congratulating her, like, damn, that's what's up. Now, mind you, when you have emotions, though, emotions can ping the bureaucracy. Okay, I didn't realize that because I was so excited for her, I thought it was so cool that I got the attention of the bureaucracy. But not only this, I also didn't realize, she didn't realize that she was the one creating the weather until I arrived. She looked like she was stunned, right? And so I'm kind of like, well, girl, that's what's up. We were, she wasn't as excited as I was to know that she was the one creating the weather like that. She looked shocked, like, what the hell am I doing here? Like, why am I, like, what is this? What is happening? Well, come to find out, whenever there are souls in the astral plane or wherever, a lot of times, and especially when it comes to the astral plane, the bureaucracy, they use the souls as energy vectors, as generators, as that's what we are. I didn't realize it was a damn pad that they, like a electronic pad that they use to create weather, at least in that immediate vicinity. Now, do they use that for Earth? I don't know. It's a strong possibility, though, because a lot of our energy is being used for a lot of things, just to keep this facade up. But that's, a whole other story for a whole another time. So I'm thinking to myself now, this lady just showed me her pad, the pad to, for the weather. I'm thinking, okay, oh, well, I can use my abilities to try to phase shift somewhere else. I can, practice my traveling techniques. Why did I do that? Oh, the moment I close my eyes again and I think, okay, I want to go. I had to think of where I want to go, right? But remember the place with the walking trees, but I actually saw people that knew me. I wanted to go back there. So I think of that place, but then I was like, well, no, maybe I should go somewhere else. There was some hesitation in my in where I wanted to go. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I don't want to go here. Maybe I should go there, that kind of thing. And I end up in this blurry, silvery white room. Okay. Silvery white room. I'm trying to make something out, but all of a sudden I feel something on my back that's like moving up my back, almost like a plastic, smooth plastic kind of thing, just going riding up the side of my back up towards the middle portion of my back on the left side, right? And I'm thinking, what the hell is going on now? At the time, I was kind of shocked. It didn't hurt or anything, at least at that moment. But the moment they hit a certain point, I got shocked. It was like this is like and I went back to my body. my physical body actually felt it, and as a matter of fact, it hurt. So I'm thinking, what the hell? What just happened? But I was looking up a bunch of information trying to figure out, well, what just happened, because that shit hurt. And I was like, okay, immediately I I destroy, or basically get rid of any contracts or any hooks. That's the moment. In that moment, I was thinking I was hooked up. The bureaucracy, they finally didn't got me, and they hooked me up to something, and they trying to track me. And that's kind of where my mind went at the time. And so immediately, the moment I take my little blindfold off, I'm like, because I'm in pain, right? I, you know, no more. Nobody has the right to hook me into anything, and I do not agree to any contracts of any sort, whether known or unknown contracts and different things like that. I went on the whole tirade. So, anyways, it was still sore, even through the next day. However, when I looked up what was going on, apparently I was pinged. The energy that I released as a result of being joyful, it alerted them onto me, onto my location and my energy signature. Now, I don't think it was such a big deal, but the problem also was the fact that my energy was being felt by other souls. And just by being around these other souls, I was also making them aware, because I didn't touch her at all. And usually, I kind of touch, you get like, it's like a handshake when you touch another soul, and you can kind of break them out of loops and different things like that. But in this case, I didn't touch her at all, but I was just around her, and she became aware and actually realized that she was doing something that she didn't really agree to. Obviously, she didn't realize she was making the weather like a damn hurricane. But that's what ended up happening. So they ping me, they try to push this little contraption up into, I'm assuming, my being, but I don't think that they realized that I remember. Now, I remembered what happened. Usually, when they ping somebody, it kind of comes off as a very hazy memory, if the person remembers at all, because they want to make it such that you don't realize what's going on, right? That way they can kind of keep track and keep tabs on you without you even knowing. Most people aren't aware, and they'll do that while they are asleep, or at least they're unconscious at the time, which means they could place the little tracker, whatever, and you would be none the wiser, but you may feel a little pain at the end in your back or something, but you would most likely chalk it up to, I slept wrong. So, okay. So in this case, I knew what the hell was going on, and as a matter of fact, it actually hurt. But the problem wasn't so much they weren't the ones that created the hurt experience, the pain, because my baseline frequency is such that it's pretty high. I'm gonna assume they've been trying to track me down for quite a while, because I've just been doing things now on purpose, yes, but not nefarious or anything like that. But they don't care. It is not like a big like that. The problem is, everywhere I go now, I'm making people aware and awake, which, oh well. I mean, it is what it is. And so when they got to a certain point on my back, which is, there's like clusters of nerve endings and nerve cells and whatnot in certain points of the back that kind of meet up, that can also kind of be attached to, well, obviously it's attached to the nervous system, but it can have a direct effect on all parts of the nervous system, including the heart, and parts of the circulatory system, as well as the nervous system. So once it got to that point, my I'm gonna say my higher self, it's like overload of energy and electricity, where it essentially fried their machine. Now I know that it was pretty much destroyed in the process because usually in a certain areas like that, if you feel something like a knot or it doesn't feel hot, it's not elastic. It feels like, like something is there, like you got a knot back there, something like that, and it feels like something, you need to massage it out. That would essentially mean that that tracker or whatever it is still located inside of the the source, your being. Now, again, the physical body can feel what the energetic body feels, okay? It just, but in this case, it was a kind of explode kind of thing, or rather, it was a backfire of energy that was released as a result of that tracker them trying to lodge that damn tracker inside. Now, there's another reason I know that it was actually fried, and we'll talk about that another time because that's not what this video is about. But because that happened, I was left with the soreness. I never felt a lump. I never felt, it wasn't like you know, tense or tight or cold. A lot of times those areas will feel cold inside, like something is just there that's just a foreign object, something that shouldn't be there. You feel me? Okay. But in this case, it never felt like that. It just was sore. And then after the initial shock, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like y'all something else. So obviously it didn't work. They're trying to track me, y'all. But I'm just here to tell the tale of what the hell just happened. You feel me? And I'm keeping y'all in the loop for all the BS that happens when you become aware, but you become making others aware as well. They try, but there's nothing that they can do. You feel me? It's your and our inherent right. We can come out of these bodies if we want to. We can pretty much do what we, because remember, it's a game. You know, yeah, it is what it is. Now, again, I wasn't supposed to feel it. And then the silvery white light, there's a mechanism, a contraption that they use to wipe memories, and that is a part of it too. That's the silvery white light can sometimes, or at least that artificial woman that they use, it can wipe your memories. It's supposed to wipe your memories, but my memories haven't been wiped. um and hey, it is what it is. I guess I'm just very loud and I'm very proud in that area. you know it's just what it is, y'all. So your boy finally, they kind of just, they tried to get me, and but hey, it is what it is. I'm still here. That, I don't think they want anybody to know what's going on behind the scenes, because for whatever reason I keep coming out in places that I don't realize, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What half the time I don't know where I'm going. And so I'm trying different things. I'm using different types of binaural beats. I'm using different types of um, meditation mantras and things like that to see where I'm coming out. I'm trying to also get a hold of how to go where I want to go when I want to go. That's kind of where I am now. The OBE in and of itself, that has become, it's become easier for me. But I guess obviously, I mean, I've been making these videos for quite a while. So, but now it's me trying to just figure out how I can get to wherever it is I want to go. I don't know where to really go. I am somewhat in observer mode to some degree, but I'm not about to back down from nobody from the bureaucracy. Yes, I make mistakes and things like that. It is what it is. I'm learning. Feel me? But I'm not backing down, and I'm not scared, and I'm not going to be scared. And I'm going to keep telling you guys, give you guys the insights onto what I experience every single time. Okay. So just get ready, y'all, because I already know I'm going to be going through some, seeing different things, and I'm excited. If anything, this has made me even more excited to keep pushing and keep moving. And I hope that you do the same. It's a game, remember? And in this game, fear has no place. You can't be scared. Ain't no sense for what. And there's been someone that kind of was asking me to, well, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should kind of try to tone down a little bit, and that kind of mindset. Tone down for what? Nope. And I'm not about to do, my baseline frequency. It is what it is. And the higher the frequency, the less they can do with you. So it would behoove the powers that be to just, hey, leave me alone. Anywho, all right, y'all. With that being said, yes, I had to tell this out of body experience, y'all. I am feeling better, so with the back, it was sore. I can't lie, that was sore, but it is what it is. I'm good to go. So until next time.